I'm Azelle from the upcoming. It's lovely to speak to you. So, can you tell me what it was about the show that made you want to sign on and take part in this?
Honestly, it's because I was in the Cub Scouts and Bear's Chief Scout. So I was thinking, I'll be really well prepared because I've got all my badges and stuff. When I got in there, I realised that all my badges in the Cub Scouts have been things like the home help badge, which is stuff like safety in the kitchen. So it wasn't necessarily relevant. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I, go on holiday to do and, pay for. So I thought, it would be nice if this was my job for a little bit. It was just right on my street. There was so much that appealed to me. I'm a fan of Bear Grylls as well. Like he does really good television. Like it's cool.
So obviously there was a couple of people that had a few near-death experiences. Just a couple.
Yeah.
So was there anything for you that you found quite challenging, and anything you kind of learned about yourself doing the whole experience?
I think for me it was much more like the mental and emotional side. I never felt that I was like in danger. I suppose it's I don't know whether I feel slightly shortchanged, to be honest. Didn't get a single near-death experience, but yeah, I've been away from my family. It was hard, and I think I'm somebody who I draw a lot from the people in my life who are close to me, and not being able to be near them. I suppose particularly my partner Hannah, not being able to speak to her was a big loss every day. And I felt particularly right at the beginning. I think I learned to kind of sort of vaguely self-soothe after a while, but not being able to kind of speak to Hannah was difficult, and I was away from my daughter as well, which was tough.
If they were going to do another series, and you were going to say that any of the Inbetweeners cast, who would you pick to go on it and why?
That's interesting. Okay, I think they'd all have a shot. I think that Simon Bird is. He's a quick study. And Bear is, among other things, I think a teacher. So he'd pick stuff up. He'd sort of follow the rules. James Buckley, James Buckley actually wouldn't be able to do the food. Blake might be all right. Yeah, Blake. Maybe Blake or Simon. But James just wouldn't. Yeah, the catering would be an issue. Yeah.
So is there anything that you would take away from this that's kind of changed, any positive impacts from being on this show?
I think there were a couple of actual, genuine, I suppose I could say, insights that I had while we were doing it. One was that, when you are in a very adrenalised situation, that will kind of carry you through sometimes. And I'm hardly ever in incredibly adrenalised situations, but if I ever am again, it's funny, you realise that you're kind of an animal as well as a kind of thinking kind of brain. And there are things where it's almost like your body will carry you through sometimes. That was interesting. There was a bad thing I realised about myself, which is that I'm really bad at switching away from a plan once it's revealed to be a bad plan. I think when I let myself down in there was always when I was committing to doing something that I kind of could see wasn't working but wasn't able to notice wasn't. So I don't know how that works in a kind of life management sense, but I could probably apply that somewhere in my professional career.
Well, listen, thank you so much for speaking to me, and I'm sure fans are very much looking forward to seeing you on it. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. Thank you, James.